Welcome to the May 8th meeting of RSCS Thunderbird chapter. Tonight we have a guest speaker, Eric Schick. Eric is a senior at ASU in marketing and finance. Eric has had experience in the air conditioning trade and marketing with Macy's. So, Eric?
Alright, so he gave you a little introduction about who I am. I am a senior marketing student at ASU in Cumming. I really like marketing. It's fun for me. I've been doing it in the HVAC industry for about 6 years. And I also did it in retail with Macy's for a little bit, doing customer service. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about marketing in the HVAC industry. And it's going to be directed more towards small businesses. There are many different sizes of HVAC businesses, and actually I recently heard Ron Smith speak, and he was just excellent, and he gave all this information about all different kinds of size businesses that he ran for HVAC. And I'm going to start by asking you, what is marketing? Is it sales? Is it advertising? Is it promotions? Well, these are all part of marketing, but it's not exactly it alone. There's other things that we need to consider. The purpose of marketing is to create long-term and mutually beneficial relationships between your business and the people your business interacts with. So there's basically going to be some strategy involved here, and we're looking to reach the right customers the right way. And we're looking to create value. And when I say create value, there are a couple of different ways people can interpret value, but the way we look at it in marketing is called perceived value. And basically, all perceived value is, it's added value that customers can take on your products or your services that don't come at face value. And we're going to take a look at that later on. Now, why have a marketing plan for an HVAC company? Devising a plan seems tedious and unimportant, especially to small business owners who are rushing around like chickens with their heads cut off, especially during the summertime. But let's face it, can you make it up as you go? Is that easy to do? Do you have the time to make it up? I mean, it's really hard to find that time. But I'm going to explain to you later on that you can just take 10 minutes out of your day to actually figure out a marketing plan for your business. Having a plan actually saves you time and it makes you money. Think about it. How do you expand your business without a marketing plan? You can't reach out to new customers without a marketing plan. There's confusion who your real customers right now even are. And if all that happens, how do you plan on making money in the industry at all? You need customers in order to make money. So where do we start with devising our marketing plan? Well, we need to figure out a few key things first. What is your business's core competency? In other words, what does your business do best? The other thing, a couple other things we're going to need to figure out is, what value are we going to provide to our customers? How are we going to provide this value? And how do we communicate the value to them and spread the word about our business? And this is where my introducing the perceived value comes in. This is what we're going to be talking about now throughout the rest of the lecture. And also, while we're considering these things, there are 5 P's that we have to keep in mind. In marketing class, they teach you about 4 P's. They're called product, place, price, and promotion. But I added a people. And I've looked at this ever since I graduated with my business administration degree. The people are really the most important part of marketing. That's who we're trying to get to, ultimately. But when we consider these things, we're looking at price. What do we charge our customers? The product, what are we offering our customers? What service, what product? The promotion, how do we promote our business? The place, where can you find out about our service? And the people, the customers, and also your suppliers. And sometimes you even want to consider your competition and your competitors' suppliers. Now, let's apply this to HVAC, because in the couple of slides beforehand, that's where they stop in college. They don't teach you anything else other than that. But in HVAC, we have to figure out what services you want to offer. Commercial, residential, industrial, institutional, light industrial. I mean, these are things you're going to need to figure out so that you know who the people are that you're trying to target. Are you going to do just installations? And of what? Central AC units, ductless split units, furnaces, ductwork? I mean, there are plenty of different things that you can do. Are you going to do repairs of what? Compressors, motors, electronics? Or are you going to do both? Are you going to do all of this? So this is something that you really need to consider when you start devising your marketing plan. And now that we know what value we can provide to our customers, we can figure out what types of customers would want this value. And that's where we're going to go next. Before we go into that, I'm going to give you a tip. Do what you're best at and stick with it. And that's called your core competency in business. I'm going to tell you a little story about one of our partners back when I worked for Dr. Frigid Mechanical. His name was Joe, and he brought us out on kind of as a partner more towards him than he was a partner towards us. But he got us a lot of great business. He was really good at networking. But he wasn't good at ductwork, to say the least. And he would always go in and he would try to do these, all these crazy installations, and they would always wind up, he would always wind up screwing them up. So he'd have to call us up, and he wasn't good at it. That wasn't his core competency, ductwork. And he went and he tried it anyway, and he wound up having to call us to fix it. So the idea is, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't try to expand your business into taking on other core competencies. It means you need to first know that you know how to do something and not try it out before you don't know how to do it. Otherwise, you can screw up your image, you can screw up the way people perceive the value you can provide them. Now, what types of customers do we want? Now we're starting with the actual marketing plan. And obviously, we're going to want loyal ones. These are the most profitable, and there's it's called a business pyramid. Basically what it's called is the 20-80-30 rule. It means that 20% of your most loyal customers that you have generate your 80% of your profit, but half of that can be lost by marketing to 30% of your least loyal customers. So we definitely want to try to hit some repeat buyers. But this is really different for HVAC than it is for consumer products and other services. Think about it. You have a repeat buyer for Disney, that's great. People keep coming in and going to Disney World, that's what they want. But if you have repeat buyers in HVAC, that means you're making mistakes. That means you're screwing up installations, you can't repair something right the first time, so you keep going back. So then, what does it mean? It means basically that you want loyal customers to recommend you to friends, family, and neighbors. You don't want repeat buyers, but you want people who are going to help you out along the way. That's the important part, that's the key here. So now we're going to divide our market up into segments. We ultimately would like to market to everyone, but this just isn't always possible. All customers are different, and we need to get to each customer individually somehow, some way. Thinking of everyone as your target market and grouping them together, it limits you. And communicating to everyone like they're all the same, it's not going to reach them. So we need to get to, in this country we value individualization, and we need to find some way to actually get customers aware of HVAC installation and services, but to a more individualized extent. They need to realize this guy is going to come in, he's going to treat my home with respect, and he understands who I am as a customer.